It's a beautiful day for baseball, and live from Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, Sportsnet LA presents the Los Angeles Dodgers and the San Diego Padres in the rubber game of this three-game series. Hi again, everybody. Charlie Steiner, Oral Hershiser, Joe Davis will be back tomorrow. Alana Rizzo will be joining us in just a couple of minutes. Within the hour, manager Dave Roberts said on Thursday Clayton Kershaw was a viable option to start. Well, about 15 minutes ago, President Andrew Friedman said Clayton Kershaw will start on Thursday, and the Dodgers certainly need all the help they can get. While winning 7 of 8, the ERA was under 2. Last night, a bit of a speed bump, losing to the Padres 7-5. They'd given up only 6 runs in the previous 4 outings, but they've got the right guy going today in Walker Buehler.
A young man that has been reinforcements. He's been a great find for this starting rotation. All the ability that he brings to the big league level. The #1 prospect in the Dodger organization, but now he is here. He's arrived. He has been absolutely fantastic. 5 of the 6 starts he's had have been unbelievable, especially the one against these Padres, where the Dodgers had the combined no-hitter. Walker through the first 6 innings of that game, 8 strikeouts, 3 walks. Consider him to be a serious part of this rotation.
When we come back, the lineups in first pitch, but before that, Alana Rizzo with more on the return of Clayton Kershaw, slated to pitch on Thursday. Clayton Kershaw's coming back sooner rather than later. Now let's go down on the field, brought to you by El Pollo Loco, and here's Alana Rizzo.
All right, Charlie, thanks very much. Clayton Kershaw throwing a 4-inning, 60-pitch simulated game yesterday. Today, he followed it up by playing catch. As you mentioned earlier today, Clayton Kershaw will be back in that starting rotation. Andrew Friedman, president of baseball operations, announcing he will be the starter on Thursday in that final game against the Philadelphia Phillies. Good news, no longer any symptoms from that biceps tendonitis that placed him on the disabled list in early May. He will be back on Thursday, guys.
The front-running Phillies will be in town for the 4-game series beginning tomorrow. First pitch will be at 5:10, Tuesday 7:10, Wednesday 7:10, Thursday at 4:35. This afternoon's Padres starting lineup brought to you by Blue Shield of California with Jankowski, Hosmer, and Perella. Villanueva with 14 home runs, most of any rookie in the league. Corey Spangenberg starting at second base. Reyes in right. Freddie Galvis, the shortstop. Rafi Lopez catching. Matt Strom is pitching and batting ninth. Walker Buehler going for the Dodgers.
Walker has touched 100 miles an hour. The average fastball's around 96, 97. He's one of the best pitchers in baseball up in the strike zone, but as the off-speed stuff continues to develop, he's going to continue to strike out more and more players.
3 weeks ago this past Friday, he began that combined no-hitter against the Padres down in Monterey. As Jankowski swings and misses, it's 0-1. Jankowski, a .230 career hitter, having the best couple of months of his career at .321 with a home run and 3 runs batted in. Takes high and inside, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Hosmer and then Perella. Hazy sunshine on this final Sunday in May. Quickly ahead, Buehler 1-2.
Walker establishing that fastball, 95 and above, 3 of them right here to Jankowski. He's been starting to do that more and more in the first inning, really developing a foundation.
Into left, right at Matt Kemp. We're underway.
When you have an elite tool like Walker Buehler does with his velocity, it is great to not show any of your other pitches until you have to. Make them prove that they can hit the fastball.
Eric Hosmer stepping in at .262 with a half-dozen home runs. He's had more doubles than anybody else. The Dodgers, as a team, have more doubles than any other club. Hosmer, first ball swinging, flies innocently to left. And Kemp makes the play, fighting the sun a bit. There's 2 gone. Well, one way to keep from striking out a lot is to go after the first pitch. The Padres last night were struck out 9 times. On Friday night, they were struck out 15 times. This is a Padre team that has struck out 516 times, by far the most in the National League. They're essentially giving away 9 outs a game. Jose Perella coming up. He's at .273. No home runs and 17 runs batted in. There's a strike to Perella. On 0-1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jose Perella with Christian Villanueva on deck. So the Padres winning a game at Dodger Stadium last night really qualified as news. The 1-1 to deep left field. Kemp is going back at the wall. He jumps, can't hang on to it though. Perella will arrive at second base. Kemp, the ball, and the wall all met at once.
He had a beat on it. A little wind blowing out to left field. This ball was hit pretty well, but high in the strike zone and high near the wall. And Matt Kemp, that rattling around, did jar loose as it hit the heel of the glove as it tried to go in instead of the webbing.
It's ruled a double, and Villanueva coming up. Villanueva at 242 had quite a night last night. Couple of home runs. 14 on the year, and Buehler delivered the strike. It's 0-1. Villanueva, the 2 home runs last night. 14 on the season. 11 of the 14 have come within the Western Division. And he was murder last night on the Dodgers. He knocked in 3 of San Diego's 7 runs. Takes outside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Set the rookie record for young men born in Mexico that have played in the big leagues as far as number of home runs. The 13th last night, past Guillermo Gil, who did it in 2002. He hit 12. Villanueva now with 14.
Leads all rookies in home runs and RBIs. Has 11 multi-hit games. 21 extra base hits. At shortstop. That's gonna do it. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Taylor, Hernandez, and Turner to hit against Matt Strom. Blue Shield of California qualifies insurance runs with Chris Taylor, Kike Hernandez, and Justin Turner. The front third of the lineup, Grandal, Kemp, and Bellinger. Kemp continues to be red hot. Forsythe, Puig, and Walker Buehler pitching and batting ninth against a 26-year-old left-hander, Matt Strom.
It's going to be a bullpen day for the Padres. Strom had 3 starts last year for Kansas City. This is 4th of his career, but he has not thrown over 50 pitches this year. He's gone as many as 3 innings, but that was in the minor leagues.
And Chris Taylor leading it off. Taylor at 241. First ball swinging, fouls it back. It is 0-1. Taylor last night hit his 7th home run of the season and his 6th leadoff home run of his career. So 7 on the season, 6 leadoff career home runs as Taylor takes inside. It's 1-1. Speaking of which,
he's had a pretty good week as far as power is concerned. The average still just a tick over 200 in the last 7 days, but the power swing is starting to come back.
Kike Hernandez on deck. It's inside. Dodgers begin the day 3.5 behind the Rockies. And at last check, Colorado had a 3-1 lead on Cincinnati, playing in Denver in the bottom half of the 4th inning. 2-1. 2-2. Brian O'Nora calling balls and strikes out of Ohio. He's the crew chief.
Audi Pitchcast has it as a strike, barely.
Brian O'Nora had it, really. The 2-2, foul back to the screen. So O'Nora calling balls and strikes in his 22nd big league season. You could not ask for a nicer day for baseball than this one. Just a gentle breeze blowing in, 71 degrees. Hazy sunshine. And the 2-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Dodgers this year have had difficulty against left-handed pitching. Last year, they hit .253 against lefties. Actually, they hit better last year against lefties than they did against righties. But this year against lefties, just .223. Now the 3-2. Inside and low ball 4, leadoff walk.
Dodgers looking to win the series here. It would be their 3rd series win in a row and their 5th of the year. Trying to find a home field advantage, Charlie.
That's been hard to come by. This year, the Dodgers at home are 11-15. Last year, they had the best home record in the National League at 57-24. Kike Hernandez pops it up to the right side. The sun is an issue for Hosmer. He makes the catch in foul territory. And that is the first out of the first.
I appreciate Hosmer using his hand in his glove to block the sun and not having sunglasses on the bill of his cap where they're not in use just for style. Old school right there. There's some of those really functional sunglasses.
But they look good.
I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Justin Turner with his first home run of the year. Last night. Takes a strike, 0-1. Years ago, an old scout, clearly of old school, was describing a player, giving a scouting report. He said, he'll never wear sunglasses during the day. But at 10:30, when leaving the clubhouse, the shades are on. No balls and a strike to Turner. He's got 11 hits in his comeback as he fouls it back. And it's 0-2. Yasmani Grandal on deck. We're just underway. Taylor's got a couple of stolen bases this year, and Turner with a big rip fouls it back.
Some of the players with the sunglasses on their hat have told me that they have them just in case the sun starts to change direction during the game, and now they need them. But when you track a pop-up or a fly ball, you don't know what angle your head's going to end up at, that you might end up having the sun in your eyes.
So that's what they're going with. No balls and 2 strikes. There goes Taylor. Pitch is low and inside. Throw to second base, and he is out. Rafi Lopez gunning down Chris Taylor. And for Turner, that was strike 3. Strike him out, throw him out, double play. No score. We go to the 2nd. Well, the Dodgers were contemplating a replay request, and they decided Top half of the second inning. It's going to be Corey Spangenberg, Franmil Reyes, and Freddie Galvis. And the first pitch of the second. Walker Buehler is a strike, 0-1. Buehler through 11 pitches in the first inning. Spangenberg has done well over the years here at Dodger Stadium, even if his team has not. Fouls it back. The Dodgers have beaten the Padres in the last 65 meetings, 45 times. Padres won only 20. And the Dodgers have beaten them 22 of the last 31 at Dodger Stadium. Spangenberg rips it foul. And that's why they got the netting. Spangenberg, 3 home runs and 8 runs batted in. Starting at second base this afternoon. Both managers have flipped their lineups around some, high and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Dodgers with Matt Strahm, the lefty, probably 3 innings max. So the Dodgers have 3 of their 4 bench players, left-handed hitters, Muncy, Peterson, and Utley. Only Barnes, a right-handed hitter, on the bench. Spangenberg takes high, 2-2. Franchi Cordero, the left-handed hitter, has the day off. So does Margot, Ellis, and Caesar. But all that is likely to change as this game wears on. 2-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Sundays over the years, I don't know if it's just happenstance, are the days when the lineups are a little bit different, especially the day games after night games.
Yeah, the day is the first thing you have to adjust to as a player.
The 3-2 swung on it, missed strike 3. First strikeout of the game for Buehler.
But you will get some new names because the day game after the night game, people maybe you haven't faced very often. Spangenberg, a new name in the lineup today, and it was interesting to me that he was 0 for 14 today coming into the game against power pitchers, and he's facing one of the most powerful pitchers in the game.
So there's the first out, and Franmil Reyes coming up. Those numbers are for real at AAA. So they want to see what he can do at the big league level. He has never hit like that before in his young minor league career. And so this rebuilding Padre franchise says, all right, let's have a look-see.
That's the flexibility that you have when you're rebuilding and not expecting to win. You can test some parts.
Last night, Reyes takes a strike, 1-1. Hit a fly ball to center field, and he missed it by a silly millimeter on the middle of the bat. It went up a million miles in the air, and it sounded like a cannon shot. It was one of those where Orel and I looked at one another right after that otherwise routine fly ball to center. Ooh, he's got something.
Definitely had a different sound, and the launch angle was too high, but boy, it made it to the warning track, and it felt like it was a pop-up from the big fella.
And big fella is about right, 6'5", 270. On 1-2. But he is prone to strike out, as his Padre teammates are. That's the second strikeout of the game for Buehler. There's 2 out.
He just blows this ball by him. Great location. If that pitch is 92 or 97, the location is what made it so good.
2 gone, and Freddie Galvis coming up. Now remember, 3 weeks and 2 nights ago, the Dodgers and the Padres played that weekend series in Monterey. And a strike, 0-1. And that Friday night, performing between raindrops, Buehler, no runs, no hits in 6 innings, struck out 8. Dodgers, of course, would have the combined no-hitter. Cingrani, Yimi Garcia, and Adam Libator finished it off. Oh, and 2 to Freddie Galvis. Buehler into the wind. Up high. 1-2. Rafi Lopez is on deck. So Buehler just showing a world of self-confidence out there. The 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Striking out the side. A perfect inning for Buehler. First, Spangenberg. Then Reyes. And then Freddie Galvis. 3 strikeouts for Buehler. We go to the bottom of the second. Here at Dodger Stadium, we go to the bottom half of the second inning. Yasmani Grandal, Matt Kemp, and Cody Bellinger. Let us not forget. Grandal stepping in. For May, it's been a rugged month for Yasmani. He's 10 for 58. That's 172. He's walked a dozen times, been struck out 17. And he takes a curve for a strike. It's 0-1. Grandal on the year with 8 home runs and 9 doubles. Had a hit and 2 walks last night. Outside. 1-1. Matt Strom grew up in North Dakota. Not exactly a baseball hotbed. However, one of the great players of all time grew up in North Dakota. Roger Maris. He was born in Minnesota. His family moved to North Dakota when he was 8. And here is Strom. North Dakota also was the home of Virgil Hill, who was a great fighter in the 90s. World champion. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now he's down. Grandal is down. That's the first out of the second inning.
The fielder number 27.
It's about the journey, not the destination, unless the destination is $5.6 million. Download Beat the Streak today and start your streak to compete to win that $5.6 million. Download Beat the Streak in the App Store or on MLB.com/BTS.
So Virgil Hill, who was the champion, because he was the champion, fought almost all of his fights in North Dakota, which is not exactly a boxing hotbed. And he would fight invariably in the dead of winter in this old, well, gymnasium, little coliseum. And it was the only time we ever broadcast fights in tuxedos with long johns underneath. And with that, North Dakota's pride and joy, Matt Strom delivers, and Kemp with a fly ball into short right field is going to drop in for a base hit, and when you're hot, you're hot. Kemp now in his last 8 games plus is 17 for his last 32.
Well, not hit well, but hit perfectly. He hits him hard over the wall. He hits him in the gap, and he's also blooping him in.
As hot as Kemp has been, that's how cold Bellinger has been of late. In May, just 181, 15 for 83. As he takes a strike, it's 0-1. So Cody looking to right his ship. On the year, 7 home runs, 23 runs batted in. He's hitting .237. The shift on for Bellinger. He swings and misses, and it's 0-2. Logan Forsythe on deck, and we are scoreless. Bottom half of the second inning. Bellinger slaps it to the left, out of play. Bellinger over the last 9 games is just 2 for 31. And the 0-2. Low and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yesterday in a 2-strike count, we saw Jock Peterson kind of have an emergency swing and beat the shift. Cody Bellinger might have an opportunity, this left-on-left situation with 2 strikes, to do the same thing.
A world of real estate on the left side of the infield. And the pitch is down and away, 2-2.
I think one of the things that Cody is learning, and it's slow right now, but he doesn't have to have his A+ swing every at bat. The B swing works here. He's got enough power to use the B swing and hit it out of all fields.
Bobbled by Spangenberg. Or that's Villanueva. And so an easy double play, and Dodgers catch a break. A force out, 2 gone.
Villanueva normally over at third base, but that does give him any excuse for missing that ball. Fortunate that when he dropped it, he was close enough to the bag to stride out and get the force out.
Villanueva can hit with the best of them. His defense has been a bit of an issue. That was his 11th error of the year. Ouch. He's got 11 errors. The Padres as a team have 32. So he's got a third of their errors. But he also leads them in home runs. 1 ball, no strikes to Forsythe, who's at 197. The inside, and that's a jump rope out of the way. Yasiel Puig is on deck. Forsythe has struggled against left-handers this year. He's 3 for 24. 2 balls and no strikes. Drill off the glove of Villanueva. Likely a single. Bellinger will hold at second. First and second, 2 out. Puig coming up. That was a rocket shot.
Already scored as a hit. 2 that have hit his leather. 1 for a fielder's choice. That 1 for a base hit.
Better with the lumber than the leather. 2 on, 2 out, and Puig coming up. Puig hitting a .190 against lefties. As it takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Last year, the Dodgers as a team actually hit better against left-handed pitching than they did against righties. Simber is beginning to warm up. You see him now 3/4. About 2 more pitches out in the bullpen, he'll go right to the submarine. Puig takes high. 1-1. Puig 188 with runners in scoring position. Andy Green made no bones about the fact that this is going to be a bullpen game for him today, and so he's got Simber warming up right away. Here's the 1-1. 1-2 to Yasiel Puig. So Matt Strom is not expected to be around long. He hasn't thrown more than 50 pitches in any outing this year. He had knee surgery last year. And so he's a seat filler at the Oscars today. The 1-2 grounded slowly to short. Galvis picks it up and throws Puig out. And that's going to do it. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left, no score as we head to the 3rd. On Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop ChooseNissan.com. And by Jack in the Box. Try the new Cholula Buttery Jack, part of the Buttery Jack family, only at Jack in the Box. Well, they're out there having fun in that warm California sun. We head to the 3rd inning. Rafi Lopez. Matt Strom is due to hit. And then the top of the order, Travis Jankowski. Lopez has been splitting time with A.J. Ellis behind the plate. Has 8 hits this year. And the Dodgers employ the shift. Tyson Ross is going to pinch hit. Doesn't mean he's necessarily going to pitch. Maybe he will. Swinging a foul off to the left. And it's 1-1. The big fella from Berkeley, Tyson Ross. He's had health issues the last couple of years. We're scoreless. Beginning the 3rd. And Lopez now 1 ball 2 strikes. Diamondbacks and A's scoreless in the third inning in Oakland. Colorado leading the Reds 3-1 in the sixth in Denver as Lopez grounds it foul up the first base line. And an interesting piece of news out of Cleveland today. This is why superstars are superstars. Jose Altuve was hitless in 12 straight at-bats going into the game on Wednesday. Since then, he has hits in 10 consecutive at-bats. The little big man. He had set the Astros all-time record of hits, 8 consecutive hits last year. That is so last year. The 1-2 lifted into left. First out of the third. Are there many other players that you would rather see play just for one day than Jose Altuve?
He's in that Dustin Pedroia mode now, where he's so exciting and the stature doesn't really give you the inkling of what's going to happen, but he'll take that high fastball around his shoulders and hit it for power. He'll golf one off the ground. He'll make unbelievable plays in defense. Yeah, he's a lot of fun to watch.
All 5 feet 5 inches of him. When the Astros were beginning their massive rebuilding project 5-6 years ago, and all the teams were, as Ross pinch hitting fouls it off, it's 0-1. We're trying to make deals with the Astros. And the Astro GM said very simply, you can have anybody on my team over 5 feet 5 inches. That is to say, you can't touch Altuve. The 0-1, swing and a miss. 0-2 to Tyson Ross, who is 2 for 19 this year. Simber continues to warm, and so it looks like Ross exclusively the pinch hitter as he takes high and away. 1-2. Well, we saw Simber as he was beginning to warm up 3/4, and now full-scale submarine. On 1-2, Ross with an easy grounder to short. Taylor throws him out, second out of the third.
Andy Green with a short bench, only 4 guys, and one is his backup catcher, A.J. Ellis, so he didn't want to use a hitter right here early in the game. 0-0, saving his pieces.
And Ross is scheduled to start on Tuesday. The Marlins are visiting the Padres down in San Diego, as the Phillies come here for 4, and then the Dodgers hit the road after the game Thursday and head to Colorado next weekend. There's a liner to left. Jankowski with good speed on his way to second base, and the ball bobbled out there by Kemp. And Jankowski for a moment flirting with the notion of going to third.
Number 30, Eric Hosmer.
Now the ball has been hit to left field a lot of left-handed hitters, and a lot of them late. Jankowski just blocking that ball down the line, and almost a replay of what happened to Yasiel Puig a few days ago. A little bobble in the corner, hesitation in picking it up, and didn't cost him third base this time.
Jankowski's first double of the year. Eric Hosmer coming up. Scoreless with 2 out in the top of the third. Hosmer 6 home runs and 20 runs batted in. 1 ball, no strikes. As fast as Jankowski is, and with 2 out and the powerful Hosmer at the plate, not likely that Jankowski is going to try and swipe third, but he sure is dancing a pretty good distance off the bag. Lined into the glove of Forsythe to end the inning. Little humpback liner, perfectly timed by Forsythe. No runs, one hit, one left, no score as we go to the bottom of the third.
Check in on Corey Seager as he begins his rehab process after having Tommy John surgery. Plus, Seager is mic'd up in the dugout during a Dodgers win over the Rockies. Don't miss Backstage Dodgers presented by Cadillac Friday after the postgame show on Sportsnet LA.
You're looking at Adam Simber making his 22nd appearance of the year. While he's from the Northwest, he pitches from the land down under. The Submariner. In 25 2/3 innings, he has struck out 32. Kazuhisa Makita, also a sidewinder, coming out of the bullpen for Andy Green, as Walker Buehler leads it off. Then the top of the order, Taylor and Kike Hernandez. There's a strike. 1-1.
The Padres having a bullpen game. They're really putting their best foot forward. Their rotation is not as good as their bullpen. Their bullpen is the 5th best in Major League Baseball.
An ERA of 3.07 out of the bullpen. Their bullpen is basically a run better than the Dodgers. Padre bullpen earned run average 3.07. 4th in the National League. The Dodgers are 10th in the National League. And Buehler with a base hit. Past the diving Spangenberg, and the Dodgers have a leadoff runner aboard.
Walker on the homestand. Every homestand is out early with Bob Guerin working on his bunting. The Ford slow-mo cam shows his full swing, though, not the bunt. And of course, he finds a hole right there. He has been working on his full swing, too. Just short and compact. Make contact. Give yourself a chance.
Now here's Chris Taylor. He walked in his first at-bat. Scoreless in the bottom of the third. Taylor at 241. Takes high, 1 ball and no strikes. Adam Simber. 6'3", 190, born in Portland, lives in Seattle. 9th round pick in 2013. One ball, 1 strike to Chris Taylor. Kike Hernandez on deck, and then Justin Turner to follow. In the bottom of the 6th in Colorado, the Rockies are leading the Reds 4-1. When play began today, the Dodgers trailed first place Colorado by 3.5. 1-2 to Chris Taylor. One of the great stories of the season in baseball, the Phillies come into town. Into right field, that's going to be a base hit, and Buehler's going to make it to third easily. Taylor's on his way to second. He'll make it easily. Chris Woodward decides to leave well enough alone, holding Buehler at third. The Dodgers have second and third, and nobody out.
Well, good things ahead for Chris Taylor. He's starting to show the ingredients of a consistent swing. Last night, the home run, driving it to center field, left center, and now being able to slice the ball down the right field line. That is showing that the bat is in the hitting area for a long time.
So the Dodgers in business, second and third. Kike Hernandez coming up. The Dodgers, though, were just 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position last night. Hernandez in the hole, into left for a base hit. Buehler will score. Taylor being held at third, and the Dodgers take a 1-0 lead.
Dodgers only mustered a couple of hits off the starting left-hander in 2 innings, but here already a right-hander, 3 hits in a row. Chris Taylor with normally speed enough to score from second on a single, but when the ball is hit on the ground in front of you, a little bit of a delay. And so Chris Woodward holds him up with still no outs.
Runners at the corners, and here is Turner coming up. Grandal on deck, and then the Dodgers' hottest hitter, Matt Kemp. So the Dodgers score first, and when they do this year, they're 21-8. Overall, they're 23-28. Hard ground ball, Villanueva throws to second, out at second, on to first, and a double play. Now coming home and scoring is Taylor. That was close to being a triple play.
First and third, no out. The runner on third needs to break towards home to stop them from going for the double play and not paying the price of giving up the run. Chris Taylor hesitated. And so all of a sudden the Padres were turning a double play and still had a shot at him. And that's why it was so close right there.
Hosmer at first base thought he was onto something. But again, Taylor's got great foot speed. Dodgers get a run, but it costs them a couple of outs. Grandal fouls it back, and it's 1-1. Asmani takes a pitch inside, 2-1. Into center field, and Grandal with a 2-out single to center.
Number 27.
The Dodgers finally getting to the San Diego bullpen. Yes, early in this game, but those are the first runs they have scored off the bullpen this series.
Matt Kemp, single to right in his first at bat. Takes a breaking ball for a strike, and it's 0-1. With the single, Kemp now at 338. Dodgers with a 2-0 lead. And the 0-1 to short. Galvis will throw to second, force out there to end the inning. Dodgers come up with 2 runs, 3 hits, and leave 1. We'll go to the 4th. Dodgers 2-0.
For this organization on Friday, Kenley Jansen and Justin Turner joined the Dodgers Foundation and Vision to Learn and passed out free eyeglasses to elementary students in the Compton Unified School District. But it wasn't just the guys, the girls doing it as well. Also on Friday, the Dodgers' wives and girlfriends helped Habitat for Humanity for a day of service, working on a project in Long Beach, helping build a fence and a community. And then Justin and Courtney Turner continuing to do huge things in the community, opening the LA Dream Center Women's Veteran Home, providing tremendous housing and transitional housing to all of these brave women trying to get the tools to get back on their feet, guys.
It's a whole lot more than just playing the game. And so congratulations and thank you to the Turners. We begin the 4th, the Dodgers 2-0, and Jose Pirela takes a strike. It's 0-1. He doubled to left in his first at-bat. For Buehler, his 41st pitch, and Pirela swings and misses. And it's 0-2. Pirela, Villanueva, and Spangenberg will hit against the 23-year-old right-hander Walker Buehler. 3 strikeouts, no walks, and the 0-2 pitch on its way to Jose Pirela. Lined, foul.
9 of the 12 hitters Walker has faced. First pitch strikes. And he has now thrown 21 innings here at Dodger Stadium at home this year with a 1.28 ERA. And he's still looking for his first W, but now up 2-0.
No balls and 2 strikes. Chop slowly. It's going to be a difficult play for Turner. Pirela too fast. Nice play for Justin Turner, but could only do so much.
Well, Justin does do everything he can, about 10 feet behind the third base bag, so has to charge it a long way, makes an acrobatic throw accurately, but with the distance of Justin had to travel, Pirela beats it out by about 3-4 feet.
Those barehanded plays, and again, that was not a slow roller. To get to it, get some control to it, grasp it, and then throw it all in the blink of an eye. Christian Villanueva popped to short. Dodgers had a third base about 10 years ago. Casey Blake was as good as anybody I've ever seen, making those barehanded plays on those rollers. Casey was a valuable addition to the Dodgers. About 2007, 8. Carlos Santana, who's now with the Phillies, went from the Dodgers to the Indians in that deal, and Blake really became a pillar down the stretch. And again, those barehanded plays at third takes a special talent. So Pirela with the infield hit, 2 for 2. He's 7 for 11 in the series, and he's back standing up. Spangenberg on deck. Dodgers with a 2-0 lead in the top half of the fourth. 1-2. Villanueva's not shy with the bat in his hand, is he?
He's got great bat speed and looks like he tracks the ball very well. We've seen him in a major slump, but we've also seen him bust out. You have to respect him no matter where he is, as far as hot or cold.
Because he can hit him out. But then again, he's tending to strike out. That's the 4th strikeout for Buehler. First out of the 4th inning.
Villanueva actually has a franchise record with the Padres. It's not about home runs. It's an 0 for 37 streak, which is the longest in franchise history. That ended on May 14th as we took a look at our Morongo slow-mo cam and that great curveball in K.
Well, they say records are made to be broken. They couldn't have smashed that one fast enough. Spangenberg takes low and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Dodgers 2 runs and 6 hits. The Padres no runs and 3 hits. Buehler fires a fastball at Bellinger. Pirela's stolen 3 out of 5 this year. One ball, 1 strike. The Dodgers don't think that Spangenberg can hit it up the gap in right center. Kike Hernandez shaded way over toward left. Pirela runs well, so does Spangenberg. The 1-1. 2 balls and a strike. Spangenberg with 3 home runs and 3 doubles on the year. Into short center. Good first step for Kike Hernandez, and that's the 2nd out of the inning.
Dodgers had him played perfectly. You pointed out that Kike was over there in left center, and they were giving him the right center gap. Well, that humpback line drive directly in front of Kike. It was easy to run a very short, accurate route.
Now this is Franmil Reyes. He'll turn 23 in July. 6'5", 275. Big fella. They're hoping he's got a little bit of Aaron Judge in him.
You see a guy who's 6'5", 270, and you look at the length of his arms and you think, oh, maybe it's going to be a long swing, but he does a very nice job Getting the bat through the zone with some speed.
No balls and 2 strikes.
Actually looks like he's going to have more trouble staying on the pitch away than the one in.
At Double-A last year, he hit 25 home runs. At Triple-A, he was hitting .346 with 14 home runs at the time of his call-up. He can hit him, but can he connect consistently enough? 0-2. Just gets a piece of it. That was the issue with Adam Judge when he was coming up through the Yankee system. Oh, we know he can hit hard. We know he can hit far. We know he's got some skill. Can he make contact? Well, he has answered all the questions. And the Padres are keeping their fingers crossed. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Might Pirela be going? Nope. Another big rip.
Reyes can run a little too. He ran a ball out yesterday and he can move. He's not going to be a liability on the base pass.
No balls, 2 strikes and 2 out. 17th pitch of the inning upcoming. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Pirela leading off first base. 2 hits last night, 2 more this afternoon. The 1-2. Oh, look what I found. Snow cone. That was easy. No runs and 1 base hit. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Dodgers 2-0.
Join T-Mobile in showing appreciation for all military by sharing a photo or video with the hashtag #HatsOffForHeroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
These lucky fans will enjoy the game from the best seats in the house. Coca-Cola.
As we head to the home half of the 4th, it'll be Cody Bellinger, Logan Forsythe, and Yasiel Puig against Adam Simber, beginning his 2nd inning of relief. Bellinger swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Bellinger grounded out in his first at bat. Bellinger has been struggling. Oh, and 2. Last week, Bellinger was 1 for 14. Over the last 2 weeks, he is 4 for his last 39. No balls and 2 strikes. Simber delivers. Bellinger takes high and away. 1 and 2. Bellinger at 236. Shift on the right side of the infield, and he pops it to the left side. Galvis with a long run in foul territory will make the catch.
Spend your Memorial Day at Dodger Stadium tomorrow, May 28th, when the Dodgers begin a 4-game series with the Phillies at 5:10. Be one of the first 40,000 fans in attendance and receive an apron perfect for your next barbecue, courtesy of Budweiser. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Phillies are probably boarding their charter along about now. The Blue Jays beat them this afternoon 5-3. Tomorrow, Vince Velasquez goes against Brock Stewart. Logan Forsythe takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Dodgers 2 runs and 6 hits. The Padres no runs and 3. Puig on deck. And there is a strike. 0-2. Submarine pitchers are generally an interesting lot, because you're not necessarily taught to pitch that way. 1 ball and 2 strikes, but it's so markedly different than overhand, 3/4 and so on. And oftentimes for some of these submariners, it's a last act of desperation, just trying to hang on. And then they have discovered this new novelty pitch, and it leads them to a whole new career. A 1-2 into center field. Jankowski makes the catch, 2 out. And it's always interesting, the submariners, like on a comebacker, throwing to first, they go into the overhand mode.
Most organizations, before they're ready to release somebody in the minor leagues, will ask a guy to maybe drop down to see if they have something, but it is like a last resort to save careers, because it's not about velocity. So you've got guys that have just average velocity or below average velocity, but you can give them a lot of deception, you might save them.
And it's less wear and tear on the shoulder. It's actually a much more natural way of throwing a ball. That one's got a whole lot of spin on it, and Puig beats it. Head first slide. Helmet goes flying. Puig with an infield hit.
It's been proven you're faster if you stay on your feet, but you show the passion and the love for the game as we watch Puig on this Carl's cam as he lays out and gives everything to beat it. And boy, the hand was there before the foot, so I think he's going to get a hit, even though there was a bobble. Very nice aggressive play from Yasiel Puig, who lays his heart on the line every day, every game.
So with 2 out, Walker Buehler coming up. Buehler with a single into right center in his first at bat. Puig has stolen 5 out of 6 this year.
I don't think he should be going right here. Try and turn the lineup over and get Buehler out of the way.
Slowly hit to third. Villanueva throws out Buehler, and that ends the inning. No runs and 1 base hit, and a head first slide by Puig at first base. in LA is brought to you by BMW. See a Southern California BMW Center today for exceptional offers, or visit SoCalBMW.com. In the bottom half of the fourth inning, Yasiel Puig laying it all out, literally and figuratively, with that head-first slide to first base.
It's a big man to come down on your chest and shoulder, and might have wrenched it a little bit.
And between innings, out there in the outfield, trying to get that left shoulder, the collarbone area, trying to loosen it up a little bit. But he's back out there in right field now, making sure everything is where it's supposed to be. One of the great mysteries of the 20th century, how the Dodgers, with the milkiest, whitest uniforms on earth, how do they get clean the next day? Freddie Galvis will lead it off. Struck out in his first at-bat, and naturally he drills it to right field, and that's going to be a test for Puig. Galvis can run. He already has 2 triples on the year, but he's going to hold off and stay at second base with the leadoff double in the 5th.
Walker Buehler's exceptional velocity. Most left-handed hitters have been hitting the ball to the opposite field, but Galvis out in front of that pitch right there. Pulled it right down the line. Matt Kemp's been getting a lot of action in left field. Yasiel finally gets a little in right.
And Rafi Lopez coming up, left-handed hitter, facing a shift on the right side of the infield. Dodgers 2-0. 4th hit of the game surrendered by Buehler, who has struck out 4, hasn't walked anybody. Lopez flied to left in his first at bat. He fouls it off. It's 0-1. Matt Caesar on deck, and he will pinch hit for Adam Simber. Dodgers 2-0. We're in the 5th. And it gets past Grandal and goes to the backstop. Galvis will go to third.
Curveball, and it's a little short.
Bounced in front of the plate.
It looked like it hit the lip of the plate or that dirt right in front and kicked out. Brian O'Nora, the home plate umpire, going out and actually repairing a few of the divots out in front of home plate.
Replace your divots. O'Nora, the crew chief. He's out of Ohio in his 22nd big league season. Up high. 2 balls and a strike to Rafi Lopez. Turner even with the bag at third, about a third of the way between second and third, as Lopez fouls it off to the left. Lopez is 8 for 49. He drills one to left. Kemp going back in front of the small wall, crashes into it, makes the catch. Tagging and scoring is Galvis, and the Padres are on the board. It's 3-1. That was not an easy play for Matt Kemp.
Let's take a look at our Volkswagen replay, and Matt Kemp crashing into another wall in left field. In the third inning, Jankowski sent him there, or Perella sent him there for a double. But now that one, the shorter wall, he was able to hold on to that ball.
So the Padres are on the board. And Matt Caesar, the human typo. Slowly hit to short, and Taylor will throw him out. 2 gone. Warming up in the Padre bullpen, another submariner, Kazuhisa Makita, and he will come on and pitch in the bottom of the 5th. It's a 2-1 game now. Travis Jankowski has doubled and flied to left. Meanwhile, Buehler continues to keep up his end of the bargain, delivering a strike, nothing in 1. But the Dodgers with 2 runs in the 3rd, and outside of that, the offense has been quiet. No balls and 2 strikes to Travis Jankowski. Eric Hosmer on deck. Rockies are going to win their game. It's 8-1 in the 8th inning against the Reds in Denver. Call strike 3. Jankowski is down. That's going to end the inning. 5th strikeout of the game for Buehler. But the Padres score 1, and after 4.5, it's the Dodgers 2 and San Diego 1.
May 30th when the Dodgers host the Phillies at 7:10 and take home a Chris Taylor bobblehead celebrating his NLCS co-MVP. Courtesy of Pirelli. Visit Dodgers.com/promotion.
Pitching change for the Padres as we go to the bottom of the 5th on this Memorial Day weekend. Kazuhisa Makita making his 18th appearance. The Dodgers saw him on Friday night, pitched an inning. A 7.11 ERA. Opponents hitting .270 against him. We've noticed him playing against the Padres this year, but Andy Green is not at all apprehensive about going with back-to-back submariners. Same look. First pitch. And Taylor fouls out. That's Villanueva. And that's the first out of the 5th inning.
Charlie, you make a good point, because a lot of times in the bullpen you like to alternate your guys and their handedness, and even with their delivery style, or maybe one guy's a sinker slider guy, another guy's a 4-seam fastball curveball guy. So you keep mixing back and forth to not allow the opposing lineup to get a good read.
Well, 1 pitch, 1 out, and Kike Hernandez coming up, and he's 1 for 2. He is being replaced now by Max Muncy, pinch hitting. They got a lefty-righty switch here as Muncy takes a strike. It's 0-1. Kike with an RBI single and 2 at-bats this afternoon. So he's sitting. Muncy is in. And again, this is part of the planning for Dave Roberts today, knowing that Strom, the left-handed starter, would go a couple of innings, then the right-handers would come in. And so Kike is now sitting. Muncy is in, and before long we are likely to see Jock Peterson. Still on the bench, Austin Barnes and Chase Utley. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Max Muncy. Dodgers 2-1 with 1 out of the bottom of the 5th. Outside. 3-2. The Dodgers have more pinch hits than any other team. But Muncy is down on strikes, and there's 2 gone.
Again, about deception on the mound, not about velocity. We've had a few laughs over his lack of velocity at times on the mound.
He threw a 55-mile-an-hour something on Friday night. Boyd Robertson, who has been working in the booth since young little Vin Scully was working. We were talking in the booth the other night. Can you remember anybody throwing a 55-mile-an-hour something? They said Vicente Padilla may have. Well, it couldn't have been any slower. And so then he muscles up a 79-mile-an-hour fastball, and you're thinking it's Bob Feller. 0-2 to Turner. 2 out of the bottom of the 5th. It's up high. 81. Breaking the sound barrier.
The slowest today is 68. And that was a slider.
Oh, he had his Wheaties this morning, apparently.
He hasn't mixed in the changeup yet.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Now it's 2-2. Grandal on deck. Makita, the 3rd Padre pitcher of the day. And a fly ball slicing toward the corner in right and into the stands.
The different websites that chart velocity and location and different things have Makita's slowest pitch, that one that you're talking about, Charlie. It's labeled a slider, not a changeup. He must slide through it, slip through his hand, and spin the ball and make it break a little bit right to left.
Well, it was 55 of something. Here's a 2-2. Now fastball at 82, which looked explosive. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We'll go to the 6th. Dodgers 2 and the Padres 1.
Plays brought to you by Arco, and it really is a nice highlight reel of Walker Buehler and all the swings and misses he's getting so far today. He's been as high as 98 miles an hour with his fastball, and the curveball, he has thrown about 20 mile an hour off of that. So he's changing speeds at a very high velo.
Of his 67 pitches, 50 have been for strikes. Bellinger moves from first base out to center field. Muncy, who came in to pinch hit for Kike Hernandez, takes over at first base. Eric Hosmer will lead it off in the 6th. Buehler's first pitch is a strike, and it's 0-1. 15 out of 20 hitters that Buehler has faced have faced strike one. And now the 0-1 is inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Buehler to this point, 5 strikeouts, been ahead of all the hitters. Has had just 1 3-ball count all day. 5 strikeouts, no walks. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hosmer takes inside, and it's 2-1. Jose Perella's on deck, and then Christian Villanueva. High chopper. Easy play for Walker Buehler.
You mentioned the no walks, Charlie, in his last 3 starts, and now into this 4th start here. He's only walked 2 batters. In his first 3 starts this year, he walked 7 batters in 16 innings, so the confidence is growing to live in the strike zone.
Buehler, including today, 45 strikeouts and 9 walks. 5-to-1 ratio. Now Perella coming up. To short. Buehler's making it look easy. Eleven pitches in the first inning, 15 in the second, 13 in the third, 16 in the fourth, 10 in the fifth. And he has thrown a grand total of 5 for 2 outs here in the 6th. He's just getting better and better. And if you're just joining us and haven't heard, Kershaw is going to pitch on Thursday, the getaway day game against the Phillies here. And so the Dodger pitching, which had a hiccup last night, back in business this afternoon. 1-1 to Villanueva, who's 0 for 2. Now the 1-1. It's high, 2 balls and 1 strike to Christian Villanueva. Spangenberg on deck. The 2-1. A little short. Going to 3-1. Buehler is in crisis mode. It's his second 3-ball count of the day.
I like the fact that he's being careful with a very hot, powerful hitter with only a 1-run lead and 2 outs.
And a 1-2-3 inning for Walker Buehler, who's getting better and better. After 5.5, Dodgers 2 and the Padres 1.
2-1 advantage. Time now for our Wells Fargo look ahead. The red hot Fightin' Phils coming to town for a 4-game set beginning tomorrow through Thursday. Phillies lost today, so they now have a 29-21 record. That's second in the National League East behind the Atlanta Braves. Odubel Herrera with a .333 average coming into today is fourth in the National League in average behind our own Matt Kemp. And then tomorrow it's Velasquez and Brock Stewart for the Dodgers on the hill, guys.
And come Thursday, Clayton Kershaw will make his first start since being on the shelf, and Grandal with a fly ball into right center field, where Jankowski makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 gone in the 6th. Kemp 1 for 2 coming up. The Braves beat the Red Sox today 7-3, while the Phillies lost to Toronto. And so Atlanta hopscotches past the Phillies by half a game into first place in the East. No balls, 1 strike to Matt Kemp, 1 for 2 today. Breaking ball, 1-1. Into left, and having trouble with it is Perella, who makes the catch. And there's the second out.
Perella's route here looks a little hesitant as he's trying to figure out where to go, and a little topspin on that one made it land a little short of where he anticipated, but he finally got there.
Was playing second base the first 2 games of the series. And now Bellinger, who's 0 for 2. One ball, 1 strike to Cody Bellinger. Got under it. And Bellinger's frustrations continue. Hosmer fighting the sun, makes the catch, and a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing across. We'll go to the 7th. Dodgers 2-1. By Nissan. The Phillies are in for 4 tomorrow. First pitch at 5:10. Vince Velasquez and Brock Stewart. Tuesday, Wednesday nights at 7:10. Thursday, a 4:35 start. First pitch, Aaron Nola and Clayton Kershaw. Then the Dodgers hit the road up to Colorado. An off day a week from Monday, and then 3 in Pittsburgh. Walker Buehler threw 6 innings, 77 pitches, 55 strikes. 71% have been for strikes, and now 18 for 23 first pitch strikes. He's had 2 3-ball counts. He has just been spectacular today. Spangenberg is 0 for 2. And the count is now 0-2. So he's held the Padres to a run and 4 base hits. But San Diego, to be fair, has a team batting average of .228. They rank 14th out of 15, but these are the guys that Buehler should be taking advantage of, and to this point he has.
He's been very good at home here this year. Only 4 earned runs in 24 innings.
And the 0-2 inside. And of course he had 6 no-hit innings 3 weeks and 2 nights ago down in Monterey against the Padres. So from the Padre point of view, familiarity is breeding contempt. Foul to the left and out of play. Spangenberg with Reyes on deck and Galvis to follow. Padres will bus south to Petco after the game as Tony Cingrani begins warming in the Dodger bullpen. This is the 82nd pitch for Buehler. And the Padres will be facing the Marlins. They've got a 4-game set beginning tomorrow afternoon at 1:10 in San Diego. The 2-2. High and outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Spangenberg struck out in the 2nd inning and flied to center in the 4th. On 3-2. Buehler not yet able to put away Spangenberg.
Not showing any signs of fatigue, even though he has 84 pitches. That last fastball at 97 miles an hour. He's thrown a maximum this year of 97 pitches in an outing.
And this will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat to Corey Spangenberg. Dodgers 2-1. Strikeout number 6. Walker Buehler.
On a slider. He's thrown 15 of those pitches today and 12 of them for strikes. Command of all his off-speed stuff. He's thrown 3 changeups, all strikes, 15 curveballs, and over half of them strikes.
Franmil Reyes 0 for 2. Takes a strike, and it's 0-1. The one thing about Buehler, 23 out of Vanderbilt, above and beyond his obvious physical skills, he never seems in a hurry out there. The self-confidence and self-awareness for somebody, what, this is his 7th start of the year. It's like he's been around for a while and acts it without drawing a whole lot of attention to himself.
You know, the mannerisms have really slowed down compared to the cup of coffee he had in September.
Nothing like being thrown into a pennant race, even though they're expanding the roster. Here's the 1-1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That slider had some bite to it, didn't it?
It gets charted He doesn't really throw a cut fastball, but when the slider is thrown above 90 miles an hour, I think it gets charted as a cutter. When it's below 90, it gets charted as a slider.
Brian O'Nora must have something in his eye. Yeah. Nate Lucera, one of the Dodger trainers. The last thing in the world an umpire needs is something in his eye. As if they don't take enough grief over the course of the game. Brian O'Nora, one of the game's best in his 22nd big league season.
Osmani can just reach around and tap him when it's a strike.
1-2 to Reyes. Strikeout number 7 for Walker Buehler.
Well, you can't sit on the fastball because the off-speed stuff has been commanded today. And Walker is one of the best at elevating his fastball and getting a swing and miss. You're dealing with 95 to 99 miles an hour above the waist.
So he had a couple of sliders at 86 and 87. And then Reyes finished off with a high fastball at 95. And a breaking ball for a strike. 0-1 to Freddie Galvis, who has doubled and scored the Padres' only run. Dodgers 2-1. Oh, 2.
I would suspect this will be Walker's last hitter, not because of effectiveness, just because of caution of watching his workload.
Cingrani warming in the pen. Rafi Lopez on deck, a left-handed hitter. And so Cingrani, that might be the matchup. But it won't be in this inning. Galvis is done. Buehler strikes out the side. 8 strikeouts and no walks at the 7th inning stretch. Buehler and the Dodgers are leading it 2-1. The box score brought to you by Kona Brewing Company. This was Walker Buehler's day, and oh, what a day it was. 93 pitches, had 3 3-ball counts. That was as close as he came to walking anybody. 8 strikeouts. And if the Dodgers bullpen could keep up its end of the bargain, Buehler will have his 3rd big league victory.
93 pitches, 66 strikes, and he was in command the whole day.
8 strikeouts, no walks. Logan Forsythe leads off for the Dodgers in the bottom half of the 7th. Forsythe is 1 for 2. Puig on deck, and then a pinch hitter. Christian Villanueva with a spectacular play. That was crushed off the bat of Logan Forsythe.
Even harder in a day game with people wearing their light colored t-shirts during the day. The seats that are lighter blue, hard to pick that ball up, but he did a nice job reacting to it.
And in the second deck behind home plate, you've got the yellow seats. So you throw that into the degree of difficulty, and it was significant. 1 out, Puig coming up. Puig 1 for 2. Smacked a soap bubble to the left, and it's 0-1.
Rick Honeycutt, Walker Buehler discussing the curveball. I'm sure that Rick has been complained about when Walker saying, I just can't get that curveball to stay up in the strike zone. I'm spiking it too much. And I think what Rick was showing him is if he could use just his delivery to deliver that curveball and not use the extra bit of hand action at the end, that's what makes you spike it and put it short.
Well, Rick Honeycutt, one of the best in the game, has been the Dodgers pitching coach since 2006. In that time, the Dodger pitchers have the lowest earned run average in the game at 363, the lowest whip 1 1/4, the most strikeouts over 16,000, and opponents hitting just 244 against his pitching staffs dating back to 2006. Hosmer fighting the sun, and he's happy to give way to Spangenberg. That's a 2nd out. Well, you'll read writers or hear announcers talk about how this guy may be the best or this guy may be the best. In this case, you are what your record says you are, and Honeycutt's Dodger team ERA since 2006 is the lowest in baseball.
Nobody works harder than Rick Honeycutt at the game plan, at understanding mechanics, of working right alongside every one of the pitchers. Nobody is forgotten.
So it's no accident, and here is Chase Utley. Pinch hitting for Buehler, and it's a strike, 0-1. Utley down to 226 with a home run and 14 runs batted in. Dodgers 2-1. There's Makita with the Submariner. Dodgers 2-1 with 2 out. And Utley's down on strikes. And Makita has been perfect in his 3 innings of relief. He has struck out 3. And we'll head to the 8th. Buehler and the Dodgers 2-1. We're going to send it back to the studio for Access Sportsnet Dodgers, presented by your Southern California Ford dealers.
All right, thanks, Charlie. Good old-fashioned pitcher's duel on this Sunday afternoon. Walker Buehler, terrific for 7 innings.
He has been outstanding there at Dodger Stadium. Dodgers have scored a couple runs.
Jerry and Ned will break it down after the game. Alana Rizzo will have reaction from the clubhouse. We'll see you soon.
Jock Peterson takes over in left field for Matt Kemp. And Tony Cingrani is now on the hill. The Dodgers with a 2-1 lead heading into the 8th inning. Cingrani's 23rd appearance of the year. The Dodgers this season, when leading after 7, are 21-2. Let's see if history can hold up. Rafi Lopez with a sac fly today and 2 plate appearances. The only run of the game for the Padres. They've got a run and 4 hits. The Dodgers 2 runs and 7 base hits. It's high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Who says you can't come home again? A.J. Ellis will pinch hit. He's on deck. One ball, 2 strikes. Giants and Cubs get underway in a couple of hours at Wrigley Field. Down goes Lopez.
Do you have a grad in your family? Celebrate their graduation this Thursday with a purchase of a special event pack that includes a ticket to the game and a commemorative class of 2018 Dodger t-shirt. Only available at dodgers.com/grad.
And here's a graduate of the University of Dodgers, A.J. Ellis. Went to school at Austin P. A.J. with a home run and a single last night. Surprised to see the other day at 37, he's the oldest catcher in the National League. That's a lot of wear and tear and a lot of miles on the arms and especially the legs. Oh, 0-2 to A.J. Ellis. Kenley Jansen, who has been sensational after the first couple of weeks of the season. Just outside. 1-2. As Kenley warms up, he does so with an 11-inning scoreless streak. Last blew a save a month ago down in San Diego. Once he got through the first 2.5 weeks or so, Jansen returned to the form that we have seen. But Cingrani's got to get to him first, and here's the 2-2 in the hole. Taylor doesn't even try the throw, an infield hit for A.J. Ellis.
For 16, Travis Jankowski.
Franchy Cordero is going to pinch run for A.J. Ellis.
33, Franchy Cordero.
Beside good power, Cordero's a very fast runner.
A rare infield hit for A.J. Ellis, but elevates his average well over 300 now. One of his best offensive seasons.
He's going to ask for the ball. Cordero has stolen 5 out of 7. He's the tying run at first base. And A.J. Ellis, pinch hit, infield hit. What are the chances? So Cordero pinch running. And the Dodgers aware of that threat. Grandal has thrown out only 3 of 23 this year. So let's see if Andy Green has his runner going. Not yet. Jankowski's able to check his swing, and it's 0-1. Official attendance 46,650 on this gorgeous Sunday afternoon. 71 degrees. Jankowski takes high. 2 balls and no strikes. If this inning gets dicey for Cingrani, don't be at all surprised to see Kenley Jansen come in. 2-1. Eric Hosmer is on deck. Lopez struck out. Ellis the pinch hit. Cordero pinch running for him. Now 2-2 to Travis Jankowski. Outfield plays Jankowski the other way as if he was a right-handed pull hitter. As he takes high, 3-2. And Hosmer on deck. Cordero stays put, and Jankowski lost one to left. Routine play for Jock Peterson. Now Hosmer.
Number 30, Eric Hosmer.
Who is 0 for 3.
This should be Cingrani's last hitter, whether the inning continues or not.
If it does, he's in trouble. And if it doesn't, Kenley will pitch the 9th. High and inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Hosmer hitting just 200 against left-handed pitching this year. He's 0 for 3 this afternoon. 0 for 4 last night. And 1 for 4 on Friday. So to this point, the Dodgers have kept Hosmer in check. With 2 out, quick toss to first base, and Cordero might have been leaning a bit. Dodgers 2-1. They've out-hit the Padres 7-5. Hosmer, and excuse me, foul ball, and it's 1-2. Jose Perella is on deck. Dodgers, with a win today, can take the series and improve their record against San Diego this year to 6-3. One and two. There goes the runner. Swing and a fly ball into left center field. That's Bellinger. And that's that. No runs in one hit. We'll go to the bottom of the eighth. Cingrani gets the job done. Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop ChooseNissan.com. And by Carl's Jr. Take your mouth to Memphis. The call of Carl's. Can you have a more spectacular day than we're enjoying here in Southern California? The Dodgers certainly enjoying their time with a 2-1 lead going into the bottom of the eighth. Tyler Webb making his fourth appearance and his third against the Dodgers. He'll be facing Chris Taylor, Max Muncy, and Justin Turner. Storyline today is all about Walker Buehler. 1 run, 4 hits. In 2 starts against the Padres, San Diego's hitting a grand total of .098 against them. They're 4 for 41. First pitch, base hit into right field. Taylor with the leadoff single.
First baseman number 13, Max.
Take a look at the Mercedes pitching preview for tomorrow. Vince Velasquez in search of his 5th win. Brock Stewart will get the spot start, and we'll be back with your first pitch tomorrow. Will be at 5:10. That's tomorrow. That's the Mercedes-Benz pitching preview. So the Dodgers looking for an insurance run here with Kenley Jansen warming up. Max Muncy takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Even with last night's hiccup, Dodger starters in the last 10 games have a collective earned run average of 191. One ball, one strike. Muncy takes high. More on Buehler for just a moment. In his last 2 outings against the Padres, 13 innings, 1 run, 4 hits, 16 strikeouts, 3 walks. And they're hitting a measly .098, 4 for 41 against him. Well hit to right. Max Muncy has left the building. The big insurance pair of runs. A 2-run shot. And the Dodgers lead 4-1. Muncy's 6th home run. Now has 17 runs batted in.
A tough trivia question for 2018 Dodgers. Who has the most RBIs per AB on the team? The answer, Max Muncy. Almost an RBI every 5 at-bats. Picks up 2 with 1 swing right there.
So Muncy, who came in to pinch hit for Kike Hernandez back in the 5th inning, struck out then, but it's a 2-run shot now. Turner didn't even know he hit it. Fouls it, or actually pops it to Hosmer. There's the first out of the 8th. So the Dodgers now with a 4-1 lead. As Kenley Jansen is warm and ready for the 9th. Grandal is 1 for 3. And it's 0-2. Up high. Foul back. Grandal is 1 for 3. And the Dodgers now with a 3-run lead. Two balls and 2 strikes. Dodgers essentially in the 3 outings against Webb have fared pretty well. Grandal is able to check his swing. A little more than a month ago, in a 12-inning game down in San Diego, the Dodgers scored 4 in the 12th. 3 of the 4 off Webb. And this afternoon, the 2-run shot by Muncy.
Number 31.
Grandal takes a walk. Jock Peterson's first at-bat of the day. Came in part of a double switch. Now hitting in the spot vacated by Matt Kemp. Jock takes a breaking ball for a strike. Peterson's at 248. Well hit to left. Well, that's Pirela making the catch for the 2nd out. The Rockies routed the Reds 8-2, so the Dodgers, if Kenley Jansen can do his job in the ninth, will stay within 3.5 of first place. Bellinger 0 for 3 stepping in. Taylor a single to right, and Muncy a 2-run home run here in the ninth. Give the Dodgers some breathing room. Now, if Bellinger could start to get hot. It's been a long month of May. His average now down to 233. Seven home runs and 23 runs batted in as Bellinger takes high. 1-2. Unanimous Rookie of the Year last year when he hit 39 home runs. The 1-2. Fly ball, center field. Back to the wall. Leaping, and the slump now may be at long last over. Bellinger's 8th home run of the year. Went with a pitch straight away to center field. Dodgers lead 6-1.
They tack on and then they tack on again. Muncy and Bellinger going deep. One to right, one to center. That extends the lead. That sits Mr. Jansen down. No longer a save opportunity for the Dodgers and Kenley Jansen. Now with the lead spreading out, Kenley can rest up till tomorrow, it looks like.
So Bellinger extends his arms, and the Dodgers extend their lead 6-1. And Josh Fields takes the ball from Jansen. Down in the bullpen as Forsythe takes a strike. So Bellinger can exhale. His 8th home run. He's got 25 runs batted in. So if Webb sees the Dodgers ever again, it'll still be too soon. Webb entered the game with an ERA of 6.75. He has about doubled it in this inning alone. Forsythe into center. Jankowski, it's going to do it. But a pair of 2-run home runs, one for Max Muncy and the other for that fella, Cody Bellinger. Dodgers come up with 4. They're sitting pretty as we head to the ninth. Look at our Lexus player of the game. Who else? Walker Buehler was just terrific. Struck out 8, didn't walk anybody. A run and 4 hits in 7 innings, and the Dodgers 3 outs away from his 3rd win of the year.
Lowered his ERA to 2.20 overall, and at home a 1.44, and it looks like he's going to even his record here at Dodger Stadium and get his first win at Dodger Stadium as a starter.
Josh Fields trying to kick out the jams a little bit. Last night, he gave up a home run to Christian Villanueva. The home runs you see at the bottom of the stats, 4. That's a rather hefty number through 23 2/3 innings. Perella leads off. Fields delivers high and inside, 1 ball and no strikes.
If Josh Fields would avoid that home run ball, he would be having an unbelievable season, still having a very consistent season with an ERA just over 2.
Villanueva on deck, Spangenberg to follow. One other note as we've been talking about Buehler and his great performance today. In 2 games against the Padres, the one in Monterey and the one here at Dodger Stadium today, 13 innings, 1 run, 4 hits, 16 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Fields surrenders a leadoff single to Perella here in the 9th.
22, Christian Villanueva.
Padres against Buehler, 4 for 41. That's 098. On the other hand, the Dodgers love to see Tyler Webb. Webb today, 4 runs and 3 hits in 1 inning. And his ERA entering the game was 6.75. It currently resides at 12.80. Villanueva swings and misses, nothing in 1. Meanwhile, the Dodgers have been flexing their muscles. The 2 home runs in the 8th inning. They've hit 14 home runs in their last 8 games. And Perella over there at first base with the base hit. 3 more hits today in the series. Jose Perella is 8 for 13. So he's been hot. Villanueva's got a couple of home runs. Kemp another hit today. Bellinger with a home run. Muncy with a home run. And Buehler was just great. No balls and 2 strikes to Villanueva. Dodger pitching has struck out 9 Padres today. They struck out 9 last night. And 15 on Friday night. Oh and 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
A little better with runners in scoring position today for the Dodgers, 1 for 3. Yesterday in the loss, they left 8 guys on base and were 1 for 10.
Well, a pair of 2-run home runs for Muncy and for Bellinger. In the bottom of the 8th, Villanueva's down on strikes. That's a 10th strikeout for Dodger pitching today.
Something that the Padres are very prone to do. We'll see if that continues with the staff when the Phillies come to town.
1 out, 1 on. Well, the Padres have struck out more than any other team in the National League. Into center field. Bellinger. 2 gone.
Right fielder number 32, Fernando Reyes.
Dodgers are now away from their 24th win. They'll stay within 3.5 of first place Colorado. They beat the Reds today in Denver. where the Dodgers will be next weekend. Franmil Reyes, F-R-A-N-M-I-L, Franmil. Takes high, 1 ball, no strikes. He's 0 for 3. Galvis on deck. Dodgers by 5. And it's 1-1 to Reyes. Reyes has been struck out twice today and bounced out. Two balls, 1 strike, and 2 out in the 9th. Runner goes with defensive indifference, so Perella goes to second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 out. Dodgers an out away. And a fly ball into right field. The sun a bit of an issue for Puig, but not anymore. The Dodgers have won 8 of their last 10, scoring 4 in the bottom of the 8th and beating the Padres this afternoon 6-1. 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors. The Padres 1 run, 6 hits, and no errors. Buehler wins his 3rd.
Their 3rd series win in a row and 5 on the season. They're getting their winning ways in order.
Next stop, Dodgers go home, get a good night's sleep tonight, and then get ready for 4 games with the Phillies beginning tomorrow. Dodgers win it by a score of 6.